Hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, a weekly series where I, Dalton,
And Cody.
cover some of the news from the past week that we either find interesting or have an opinion on. Let's get started. And here's the first story of the week. Valve has begun a new program to assist young people who have an interest in pursuing a career in game development. This program, called Pipeline, is designed to answer any tedious questions many students have, such as what life is like in the gaming industry and how they get into the industry. Valve has actually hired some youth for the program, and they will be interacting with the community through a forum to spread the knowledge. Valve also says that they are using this trial to see if hiring younger employees could be good for the company.
Now, have you ever stopped and tried to think about any other reasons to love Valve? Now there's another reason. I think it's awesome that they're doing something like this because we actually have a friend that wants to go into the gaming industry, and the fact that this could actually help him out really makes me happy. And they have a website called pipeline.valvesoftware.com. This website itself is being built by high school students, high school interns working at Valve. That is really freaking cool, and it's a chance to get yourself out there. I love it.
Oh, most definitely. This can really help the community, and Valve, I mean, it's a good investment. Maybe they're, by getting people into this early, getting some real good talent into the industry that they can later on hire. And I think it's also really cool that they're using this as a trial to see if they can employ some younger employees, because that really could increase, just make the company better. Since a lot of young kids are their target audience, I think that could definitely help them improve. And I think this is really altruistic of Valve, and I really appreciate them doing things like this. Valve really does do a lot for the community, and this is another example of that. And as Cody said, we have a good friend that is really interested in going into this field, and hopefully he'll look into this, which of course we're going to mention it to him, and hopefully he'll look into it, and hopefully it'll actually help him get into the game development career path. But that's all I have to say on that.
On to the next topic.
Xbox One may return its family sharing feature. While it has been written off for coming to the console on release, the feature, which allows digital games to be shared between 10 designated family members, may return post-launch.
Man, it seems like every week Microsoft is picking up their game, and I'm really happy that they are. The Xbox One Chief Product Officer said, "If it's something that people are really excited about and want, we're going to make sure that we find the right way to bring it back." That is what I want to hear from a gaming company, and I'm happy that they're actually trying to bring something like this back. But I'm still not going to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're stepping up their game. As we said in our last episode that we did, definitely Xbox One is stepping up their game, and they're actually making all these small efforts work together, and hopefully this will make the $100 price gap between the PS4 and the Xbox One not be just ridiculously high. A $100 premium is not very much to pay when you get a ton of small features like this on your console that you'll be using, such as last episode we mentioned something about QR codes being able to be entered instead of typing in really long codes. And that's really nice. Just little stuff like that. It's not big improvements, but it's just little stuff, and that can really add up to make a much, much better experience on the console. And that may just justify that $100 price gap, which seems like a big thing to do.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully, if we like every week have something like this, I'm saying the $100 price gap is gonna be bridged because of stuff like this. But we'll see if they continue to keep up this good work.
Alright, on to the next topic.
The U.S. government now recognizes League of Legends players as athletes. The biggest thing about this is that now League players can get visas to come to America to professionally play League, meaning that now pro teams can look internationally for new additions to their team.
When I first read about this, I thought it was pretty funny, but it is actually really cool. One of the main reasons why I think so is because they could even get events on TV. League of Legends on TV. That's pretty freaking cool, especially since we have a few friends that actually play it. Though I've never really gotten into it, but maybe this will really help with that.
I'm not big into MOBA games, but I'm really excited that people will be able to come internationally, come to the U.S. to play League on visas. That's really great, and that opens up a lot of opportunities for both players and teams. And this also sets the precedent for games that Cody and I enjoy, and everyone else. If you're not a big fan of MOBA games, this is still a big deal because this can bleed into other genres of gaming. For example, maybe Call of Duty could be considered a sport now that there's the precedent of video games being considered sports, and people could come from from other countries to play on U.S. teams on Call of Duty, Team Fortress 2, just first-person shooters or whatever genre of game you like. This could definitely be a very good thing in the future.
That actually makes me really happy because I've always really considered video games as like this sport type thing because in a way you are competing with other people, and I think that now that they're actually recognizing these kind of people as athletes, that's really cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to look into more of this kind of stuff in the future.
Yeah, hopefully this does set a precedent so most games can become sports. That would be really great. But let's move on to the next topic.
Yes.
In the second installment of Good Guy Valve this episode, a popular mod for Half-Life 1 called Sven Co-op has gotten permission from Valve to make a free standalone game using Half-Life's Gold Source engine. So when this comes out, you not only get Half-Life 1 for free, but you can play it with friends.
Another story about great old Valve. This also makes me really happy because everything Valve makes me happy. But I love Half-Life 1, and I spent hours playing it. And the fact that I can actually play it with friends now will definitely get me back into the game. If you've heard of the mod called Synergy, it's of Half-Life 2, and you can actually play co-op on Half-Life 2. So this is just like it. And if I actually get this, which more than likely I will definitely be grabbing a friend and playing through Half-Life 1. It's really cool that Valve actually allows this, because they're not only giving permission to someone for someone to take the game and just make it to where other people can play with them. They're giving away one of their games for absolutely free, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm really happy that they're doing this. I mean, it's very altruistic, as I said earlier, that Valve would give away their Half-Life 1, which I'm sure it doesn't rake in too much money now, being as old as it is. But I'm glad that they're doing this. It's awesome. Hopefully they'll do this for future games. And I'm glad that they're supporting the modding community. That's another great thing. They've been doing that a lot with the Steam Workshop and things like that. And I'm glad that they're giving these guys the opportunity to do something very big with what used to be a mod and what's now going to be a huge standalone game. And I'm very excited to play through Half-Life 1 with my friends. But
what's the next topic?
Yep. An Assassin's Creed game set in modern day isn't coming in the near future, according to Black Flag's lead writer Darby McDevitt. If that's how you describe that. I mean, if that's how you pronounce that. At a Comic-Con panel, he said that the team enjoyed using history as their playground and doing homework, studying history. He went on to say that he wouldn't expect them to do a modern-day Assassin's Creed game anytime soon.
Now, although I really, really like history, and I really like the older Assassin's Creed games that actually, take place in the history times, I've always wanted a modern-day Assassin's Creed game. Like, since I've played AC2, I've always wanted a modern one. Not anything, like, futuristic, like with flying cars and laser beams, no. Nothing like that, but, like, stuff that you were able to do in AC3. If it was just Desmond running around in his hoodie with, like, occasionally using a gun and sneaking up behind people in, like, airports or whatever, I would be totally into that. That's the kind of modern-day Assassin's Creed game that I really want, and it actually really disappoints me that they're not even going to be looking into this in the modern, in the future. I would really love a modern-day Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, I'm with Cody on this. I really do enjoy the Assassin's Creed games and their historical playgrounds, as he put it. I really enjoy that. I really like history, but I would really like a modern-day Assassin's Creed also. I think that could be really cool, and it definitely has potential, as shown in AC3 with Desmond's missions. Some of them were a bore, but the later ones were actually really fun when you were playing as Desmond and actually doing things rather than standing, in that room with the Animus. Yeah, that's really cool. I really would like to see this in the near future, and there's definitely a potential to it. It could be lore friendly. I mean, the assassins do exist in modern day, and they are fighting the Templars in modern day, so it's definitely doable. And I think that they should, or at least consider doing it soon, because I know a lot of the fan base wants this, including Cody and I.
And like they've said that they don't really plan on stopping with the Assassin's Creed games anytime soon. So like maybe not in the near future, but sometime like in the future. And I'm really hoping that they will.
I'm just hoping the franchise doesn't get stale by the time they get around to it.
Yeah, kind of like Halo.
Kind of like, actually, Halo is pretty good still, but that's a whole nother topic, and that's all the news we have this week.
All right. What kind of games have you been playing this week?
Oh damn, son!
Oh man.
Fallout New Vegas. I picked it up during the Steam Summer Sale, which is still going on, by the way. The Steam Summer Sale is really good. I picked up quite a few games, but you'll be seeing those in the next few weeks. Pretty much this week, I've played Team Fortress 2 in New Vegas. I don't have to go over Team Fortress 2. You already know how much I like that. But New Vegas is very fun. I played Fallout 3 last year sometime and really enjoyed it, and I'm finally getting around to picking up New Vegas, and I don't regret it one bit. Especially with the modding community, it's just great. Like this video, if you don't recognize this from playing the Fallout games, it's because it's from a DLC. And you wouldn't think that. I mean, this DLC could, I mean, this mod, did I say DLC earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant mod. It could pass for a DLC, is what I'm trying to say. And that is really good quality for a mod. And just a guy did this by himself, and that's really awesome. It had good voice acting, and it was put together really well, and I really enjoyed it. And it could really pass for a DLC, which is just crazy for me to think about. I mean, this guy did this for free. But what have you been playing, Cody?
Mainly this week, I've just been playing Arkham City and Max Payne 3. With Arkham City, I beat it like a long time ago. I've played through it 2 times, but I haven't gotten all the Riddler trophies yet. Like, if you've played Arkham City, you know what I'm talking about. There's like, I think 500 or 600 like Riddler challenges, and when they say challenges, it's actually really challenging and annoying and frustrating and just, but it's actually really fun and I enjoy it, and I'm trying to get it all 100%, which may take me a little while. But like I bought Max Payne 3 like back in October, and I played it, and then I loved it. But then I don't know what happened. I just kind of took like a 6-month break, and I'm picking up it again, and I'm almost done with it. So that's really great. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got for this week.
Actually, I want to mention I also picked up Max Payne 3 during the summer sale for like $10, and I've overnighted it 2 nights in a row, and it's still at 75%. So I'm gonna have to do an overnight download again tonight. Yeah, it's 35 gigabytes, and I have absolutely abysmal internet. But yeah, it's terrible to download a file that big on my internet. But that's actually all we have this week.
Alrighty.
If you guys enjoyed, leave a comment letting us know what you thought of the stories this week. And if you have any stories that you want us to cover next week, leave those in the comments as well. And leave a like. It really does help. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.